The market is crashing. DeepSeek is causing chaos. China is beating America. Nvidia's over. And everyone's saying, don't worry, we can still win. Nvidia can survive. GPUs won't become worth nothing. And they keep referencing one thing, Jevon's paradox, or Jevon? I really don't know. I want to pronounce it like Levon, like Elton John, like Levon, Jevon. That's the way I might be saying it. So people are talking about this economic paradox principle that's been made up a long time ago. I understand what it is, but I haven't read the full history. And I thought that's what we would do today. You know, we do something a little bit different every day. Usually something talking around AI or future or tech, or sometimes it's like crypto or something like that. Whatever new. So this is a little bit of history today, but it relates very much to what we're talking about today. We got the Celtic harp and flute music. Hopefully the volume is at appropriate level. We'll see. I add this for myself, not for you. So this is what I do when I'm alone. I listen to, I don't know, calming music while I read. And I read into a microphone just like this alone. So this is what I actually do. So I'm still learning to get these levels all figured out. Okay, here we go. Jevon's principle. In economics, the Jevon's paradox. I said principle. I already messed up. Jevon's paradox. In economics, the Jevon's paradox, sometimes the Jevon's effect, occurs when technological advancements make a resource more efficient to use, thereby reducing the amount needed for a single application. However, as the cost of the resource drops, overall demand increases, causing total consumption to rise. It becomes cheaper. We all use it more. We actually go through more of them, even though it's more efficient. The efficiency causes us to use that thing more. Governments have typically expected efficiency gains to lower resource consumption rather than anticipating possible increases due to Jevon's paradox. In 1965, the English economist William Stanley Jevon observed the technological improvements that increased the efficiency of coal use led to increased consumption of coal in a wide range of industries. Coal becomes more efficient. People are using coal everywhere. My name's William Stanley Jevon. I'm an economist back in 1865. I'm English. He argued, contrary to common intuition, technology progress could not be relied upon to reduce fuel consumption. Exactly. So technology will not get better and fuel consumption will not go down. Here's old William. Look at him. Wow, he's a regal looking dude. That's a good style. Look at this guy. Saving him for later. Now, I'm just going to do a quick detour. He's an economist and a logician, a man of logic. He has a book called A General Mathematical Theory of Political Economy. Oh boy, that sounds good. That sounds right up our alley. And so we're just going to do a quick little search of that. We're on the Marxist Internet Archive. This is how you should be learning, people. You start on Wikipedia. You start with the paradox. You go to the bio of the person. You look up his book. You end up on Marxist.org. That's a general flow. Now, typically, we did that in under 3 minutes. You know, if you keep practicing, you can get it under 60 seconds. But we're not doing speed runs today. So this is the Marxist org. It's a reference. We've got this nice thing written right here. First of all, you know me. I'm taking notes. So we're saving that in our notes because that's good. Save that for later. Even I'll put that in my bookmarks. Which one? Fun. That is fun. So really quickly, this is in 1866, published by the Journal of Royal Statistical Society. Oh, wow. And let's see. The HTML markups by this guy. Even the guy who did the HTML markup. Wow, he got mentioned. He must be... This theory is right here. This guy rules. Okay. Born 1945. Currently without political affiliation, but he's on Marxist.org and he's doing HTML markups, HTML translations. I don't know what he's doing. He's just wrapping text in HTML from whatever. Forward to Hegel's logic. Very good. Okay. Cool guy. He's doing a lot of cool stuff here. His responsibilities are secretary, maintainer of the Hegel Reference Archive. Excellent. Marx, Engels. Okay. Good. Now, back to this, because we're doing full rabbit hole here, okay? So we are now on the General Mathematical Theory of Political Economy. It says, 1. The following paper briefly describes the nature of a theory of economy which will reduce the main problem of this science to a mathematical form. Economy, indeed, being concerned with quantities, has always of necessity been mathematical in its subject, but the strict and general statement and the easy comprehension of its quantitative laws have been prevented by a neglect of those powerful methods of expression which have been applied to most other science with so much success. Yeah, why aren't we applying it to the economy? Come on, guys, let's get some numbers in here. This is before everything got, overly financialized, and everything is now spreadsheets and AI and math. Quants didn't even exist back then. There were no quants. It is not to be supposed, however, that because the economy becomes mathematical in form, it will therefore become a matter of rigorous calculation. Its mathematical principles may become formal and certain, while its individual data remains as inexact as ever. A true theory of economy can only be attained by going back to the great springs of human action, the feelings of pleasure and pain. A large part of such feelings arise periodically from the ordinary wants and desires of a body or mind, and from the painful exertion we are continually prompted to undergo what we may satisfy our wants. Now, if I was a person, this is how I would kind of divide this up here. Okay, we got a couple things going on here, right? What are we reading? We are reading a brief account of the general mathematical theory of political economy by William Stanley Jevon, who you might know from the Jevons paradox, also known as the Jevons effect, which is the economical principle where when a resource becomes more efficient and therefore more cheaper, instead of that resource being used less, you actually end up using more. Its efficiency might make its application more applicable to more areas, and you end up using it everywhere. The example we're probably going to talk about is something like coal. Coal at one point is a little more expensive. It gets less expensive. Everyone's like, okay, great. We don't need as much. We don't need all this coal anymore. No, we're going to use coal for everything now. Okay. It's more efficient. We don't need as much. No, we're going to use even more. Why? Because we're going to do more things with the coal. The same thing might apply today to compute. That's the coal theory. Why NVIDIA is not going to die. That's what they're trying to say. But first, to get to there, we have to first talk about a brief account of the general mathematical theory of a political economy. And I say, the first thing I read right here is I love this. This is how we start, right? A true theory of economy can only be obtained by going back to the great springs of human action, the feelings of pleasure and pain. Now, a large part of such feelings arise periodically from the ordinary wants and desires of body or mind. And from the painful exertion we are continually prompted to undergo that we may satisfy our wants. Yes, lovely. I will say, I really like this phrase right here. The only problem is what I have to be able to say is, like William Stanley Jevon said in a brief account of a mathematical theory of political economy, a true theory of economy can only be obtained by going back to the great springs of human action, the feelings of pleasure and pain. Right, that's how I would say it. Let's continue. Economy investigates the relations of ordinary pleasures and pains thus arising, and it has a wide enough field of inquiry, but economy does not treat all human motives. There are motives nearly always present with us, arising from concise consciousness. Wait. Why can't I say conscience? What's wrong with me? Consciousness, but wait, what's
conscience?
Conscience. That's how you spell conscience. I thought it was going to CONCIOUS. Okay, whatever. Compassion or some other moral or religious source, which economy cannot and does not pretend to treat. Interesting. Those will remain to us as outstanding and disturbing forces. They must be treated, if at all, by and other appropriate branches of knowledge. Interesting. So first of all, we know that economy is the relations between these pleasures and pains arising and mixing together, but it does not affect everything. It doesn't have to deal with our consciousness, our compassion, or some moral or religious source. It does not treat these things. Okay, I'm not going to go fully. Okay. We always treat feelings as being capable of more or less, and I now hold that there are quantities capable of scientific treatment. Our estimation of the comparative amounts of feelings is performed in act of choice or volition. This is about meme coins trading. Our choice of one course out or two or more proves that in our estimation, this course promises the great balances of pleasure. When there is a large overbalancing force on one side, indeed the estimation of this amount of this balance is no doubt very rude, but all the critical points of theory will depend on the nice estimations of the opposing motives which we make when these are nearly equal and we hesitate between them. Okay, so first of all, we know what to do. Should we do Deep Sea Croc, one of these boys? Explain this in terms of meme coins. There we go. Thank you. Look at our lickety split fast here. Okay, lovely. Okay, cool. Now, when deciding between two options, we select the one that promises the greater balance of pleasure. This is akin to choosing a meme coin expected to bring out the most enjoyment, whether through the community humor, engagement, or potential gains. Overbalancing force. If one option is significantly more appealing, a meme coin with higher popularity returns, the estimation is rough. The choice is made quickly without detailed analysis. Critical points at fine estimation. When point options are nearly equal, as with two similar bean coins, we hesitate and perform a more precise evaluation. This involves considering not just numerical forces, but other factors like community support, humor, and growth potential. Okay. Balance of pleasure and pain. The decision process includes evaluating both the pleasure and potential downside, aiming from, okay, this didn't, we tried, okay? Back to a general mathematical theory of the economy. Okay, I don't know if I could keep reading this. This is interesting enough. I don't think I'll keep doing the whole thing on here. If I was doing a stream, this would be more what I would do for that, but I'm trying to always keep these a little bit short. But very interesting, something I might dive a little deeper in. Some of the language is a little not translating in my brain quite right, and I have to like pull it into NeoVim and rewrite it to understand anything. But let's go back to just deeper on the paradox. So first of all, we've got Jevon. He's written this lovely book here, okay? He used to study the natural sciences, and then he received public recognition because he brought up the coal question. Dude, he dropped this in 1965. When Jevons dropped the coal question in 65, people were like, what? The gradual exhaustion of Britain's coal supplies, and put forth the view that the increase in energy production efficiency leads to more, not less consumption, which became Jevon's paradox. So he really came into this. He goes, guys, we're going to run out of coal. And then everyone's like, what? Why would we run out of coal? Where it's becoming more efficient. Science is making it better every day. And he said, no, this is something crazy. The more efficient it becomes, the more we use. And this means we're going to keep using more and more and more until we're out of coal. We have to figure it out. Nice. So here's the coal question. Also, let's just see if we can find the coal question. If you can't find the coal question online, there's Wikipedia for the coal question. Okay, the online Library of Liberty. Let's see if it's shared for free. If it's not, okay, what? A PDF? Fine. Read now. Thank you. Very good. Lovely. Good job. Good job. LibertyFund.org. So here's the coal question. Let's save this. Oh, wow. Wow, the coal question looks like it's getting deep, actually. Whoops. Copy the wrong thing. Wow. Wow, we've got the whole coal question, and it is long. Let's look at the contents here. Wow. Oh, boy. We've got introduction and outline, opinions of previous writers, geological aspects of the question, the cost of coal mining, of the price of coal, of British invention, of the economy of fuel, of supposed substitutes for coal. What are they going to substitute for coal? What are they going to substitute for coal? What have they got in here? Maybe we could use something in here. Okay, this is so long. We're definitely not going to read this now, but this is fun that this is here. And one of these days when I've got a nice train ride, I'm going to pull out, bust it out, read the coal question. A little long right now, but next time I'm taking a leisurely train ride, then I'll bust that out. Okay, cool. Coal question, cool. We kind of got it. Let's get back now to Jevon's paradox. We got a little bit more of history on this dude. He's got some theories about the economy. He was in the natural science. He moves out of it. That's why he's a particularly appropriate person to talk about something like the coal question, because he's mixing economics with the natural science, in this case, coal and energy production. He wrote this coal question in 65. Everyone's like, what the hell? You're really raising up something crazy. This raising of the coal question made Jevon's paradox. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. So Jevon's paradox, we understand all what it does. We all got this here. The issue has been re-examined by modern economists studying consumption rebound effects from improved energy efficiency. In addition to reducing the amount needed for a given use, improved efficiency also lowers the relative cost of using a resource, which increases the quantity demanded. This may counteract to some extent the reduction in use from improved efficiency. Additionally, improved efficiency increases real incomes and accelerates economic growth, further increasing the demand for resources. Jevon's paradox occurs when the effect from increased demand predominates, and the improved efficiency results in a faster rate of resource utilization. Okay, we're sucking up the resources as it's going on here. So we got when it was first described. Okay, we've got some cool charts here. We got it. And then we've got the Kazum-Brooks postulate. Because remember, if you're talking about Jevon's paradox, eventually after, 10 minutes in the combo, someone's going to drop, well, we probably should discuss the Kazum-Brooks postulate, which is when Daniel Kazum and Leonard Brooks in the 80s revisited for the use of society's energy use. So Brooks was the chief atomic energy authority, argued that reducing energy consumption by increasing energy efficiency would simply raise demand for energy in the economy as a whole. Kazum focused on the narrower point that the potential for rebound was ignored in mandatory performance standards for domesticated applications set by the California Energy Commission. In 92, the economist Harry Saunders dubbed the hypothesis that improvements in energy efficiency work to increase rather than decrease energy consumption the Kazum-Brooks postulate. Jeez. Okay. Whew. Okay. So, according to Saunders, increased energy efficiency tends to increase energy consumption by two means. First, increased energy efficiency makes the use of energy relatively cheaper, thus encouraging increased use. Secondly, increased energy efficiency increases real incomes and leads to economic growth, which pulls up energy use for the whole economy. Interesting. Lovely. Interesting. And so that's more Saunders. And this is Saunders particularly responding after Daniel Kazum and Brooks. Harry Saunders. No, he had no Wikipedia link. That's sad. He needs one, okay? This is his time. Other examples, increasing the yield of a crop such as wheat for a given area, increasing efficiency. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's just agriculture. Andy and Bill's law. We got to know Andy and Bill's law. The great Moore's law compensator is the assertion that new software will tend to consume an increase in computing power that any new hardware can provide. Gotcha. Yeah, exactly. Okay, what Andy hath given, Bill hath take it away. Yeah, exactly. Every time someone makes a piece of hardware, they say, like, we got more RAM. Cool, my program takes more RAM. Does it do cooler stuff? No. Take more RAM, though. You're like, why does it take more RAM? I didn't want to figure out how to make it take less RAM. So I just made it take more RAM. That's why every single program sucks these days. Andy and Bill's law. Lovely. Okay. I think I understand. Got a pretty good concept here. Okay, so here's how I'd break this down. Okay, coal's getting more efficient. Okay, back in the 1800s, right? Coal is hot, right? It's getting more efficient. People think this means they actually won't need as much coal in the future, because of the gains in efficiency. And you know what happens? Is our boy, William Stanley Jevon. He wrote the coal question. Says, no! The increased efficiency of coal will increase in consumption. And this becomes known as Jevon's paradox. Further, later on, when we're not discussing coal, but just regular energy, we got some other people coming out. Specifically, we've got our boy Kazum and Brooks, who make the postulate where they're talking about applying it to energy. And the only thing that's different is they say fuel efficiency gains lead to increased fuel use. However, it does not imply that improved fuel efficiency is worthless if Jevon's paradox occurs. Higher fuel efficiency enables greater production and higher material quality of life. So, for example, a more efficient steam engine allows the cheaper transport of goods, and people contribute to the Industrial Revolution. So there's good stuff. However, if it is correct, increased fuel efficiency by itself will not reduce the rate of depletion of fossil fuels. Okay. And then, so they're saying even if it's correct, it's not going to reduce the amount of actually what we need, the actual fuel we need. So it is nice that because of higher quality, because of the more efficiency of the goods, a more efficient steam engine allowed the cheaper transport of goods, which contributes to the Industrial Revolution. The people that contribute to the Industrial Revolution. Okay. And then from there, Harry comes here and says there's really two reasons why this happens. Number one is increased efficiency makes it cheaper, which encourages more use. Second, it makes people have more money. That more money leads to economic growth. That economic growth raises to more in general. Okay, I think we understand. That's my little breakdown. We understand this history a little bit better. So when people are mentioned Jevon's paradox by what do you know about William Stanley Jevon? Okay, have you even read the coal question? I've opened it up on my computer and I scrolled through the chapter. So I've done more than you. Do you even know who Harry Saunders is? Really? Do you even know the two reasons why Jevon's paradox might occur? Do you even know the Kazum-Brooks postulate? Now, what I'm doing right here is an actual technique, which is I learn things sarcastically, like I'm saying to something like in an argument, and then they stick in the brain better, okay? Because then you're going to bust them out at that time. You got to start training for the moment, okay? Okay, I'm just joking. That's everything every single day. Back here for something AI, something crypto, something weird, something, I don't know, learning something that's going on in the world, reading papers, looking at code, doing whatever. Today, this is a fun little detour. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what for. DeepSeek did release another paper about their new image model. Oh my God, I can't handle it. Janice, probably have to read that. We'll see. I haven't even played with it yet, so maybe I'll play with it tomorrow. I'll be back. If you want to talk about anything, just tell me. We'll be, if not, looking at stuff that's in the future. Hopefully the volume of the music is right. If it's not, whatever. Don't watch this channel. Bye.